TURGOTT.com.
Hey, Sandra. Good evening.
Hi, Aaron. How are you? Good evening.
Very well. Very well. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, too. How has it been? How has your week been?
My week's been pretty good. I can't believe it's Friday already, man. I mean, just the other day was Sunday night, getting ready for bed. And here it is, Friday already. The week just go by so fast.
I know, I feel that way, too. I was saying that to my colleague yesterday. It's gone by really, really fast this week, eh?
It has.
I wonder why.
Well, I'm just, for me, I'm looking forward to the spring, the longer days and sunlight and, just that better feeling, when springtime is here, so I'm hoping that it hastens and gets here.
I know, getting ready for outside. I hear you.
Yeah,
but we can't complain. It has not been a really bad winter, It's been good to us.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
It's been really good. Pretty good. But anyhow, here we are, another show. Just want to welcome everyone for joining us today on Byond Talk Live. I'm Aaron George. And
of course, Sandra.
And for those of you joining us for the first time, wondering, who is this beautiful young lady with this beautiful head wrap there, and this and myself, we're Byond, and basically Byond is a social mentoring forum designed to engage our community in thought-provoking conversations about real-life issues, triumphs, pain, grief, growth, success. This space is designed to inspire you and to foster transformation and healing. Because we believe life is one big classroom where teachers and learners are interchangeable. And our mission is to inspire you to go after your healing so you can transform. Because one of the greatest tragedies in life is to lose your authentic self and accept the version of you that is expected by everyone else. So today, and as previously, we're having conversation and with the intent, for you to go after your healing, to transform wherever you are in your life. We hope to make a spark, so you can go after your transformation and heal your life.
Yes, definitely.
Yes,
definitely. Wow. Every time you read that, it's almost like I'm hearing it for the first time, because it never gets old. I don't know if you're reading it or you're reciting from top of your head. You're so smart. Right. But it never gets old. It's talking about even the end, the greatest tragedy is to lose your authentic self.
Yes.
To live a version that somebody else expect of you. It's really, and that's why we're having these conversations, because your truth is you. No matter how bad or good the experiences were, it's really your experiences. And that's why we're talking, because we want people to know that it's okay to talk about your experiences, whether good or bad, because somebody out there is just leaning in to hear it, because they want to grow, they want to heal, they want to be better. And it's our stories that really help others to be better. And everybody has a story, don't they?
Absolutely. We all do. Definitely.
Everybody has a story. Some great, and you know what? I don't look at any story as bad. No. I don't, because I believe every story is a learning experience. There's something. Absolutely. It came to your life. It visited your life because there was something that you needed to learn from it.
Yeah.
Tonight we're talking to our good friend Arlette. So Arlette she's a very frequent contributor to our show. She usually watches, and she usually chime in and say something, and we really appreciate her. But I know Arlette for a very long time. We used to work together at the same organization, so I've known her for many years. She's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about what she does day to day, and then we're going to dive into some relationship stuff. And you know what? I went and I asked men and women to send me some questions that they would like us to explore. And I got maybe over 30 some odd questions. Eh? It's so many, like, oh, there's people who want the questions. So, but we're not going to go through them, but we're going to do this over the next 3 weeks, Aaron. So we'll definitely explore all the questions over the next 3 weeks that we're doing this. All right. So with no further ado, we're gonna invite Arlette to join us. And I'm gonna try to share this. Oh, there she is.
Hi. Good to be here. Yes.
Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Yes, it's my pleasure to be here.
Great
to be here and to share.
Yeah. So we want to ask you to tell us, because we usually don't fluff about people when they come on to talk to us. We let them fluff about themselves.
Oh, okay.
We want you to talk about yourself. Because a lot of times we don't like to do it, and that's why we kind of make people talk about themselves. So you're going to tell us about who is this Arlette? Who is she?
Who is Arlette? Well, I'm an advocate. So let me just let you know where I am now. I have worked with the social services background for over 23 years. And I've worked also doing vocational consulting. And I recently retired and I started my own business. And my business, what I do is Reality Leap. I work as an advocate for seniors and for caregivers. So I mostly work with in-home care providers, and these are care providers who are, a lot of them are from the sandwich generation, and they are taking care of their elderly parents, and they're also taking care of young children. It could be also a sibling that they're taking care of, or sometimes it's a next door neighbor that they've, put it upon themselves to actually care for them in lieu of their actual children living further away. So I advocate on behalf of individuals. Maybe they're thrown into it. Maybe there's been an accident or something, and they need to actually just jump into the caregiver role. And I'm just here to support them, whether it is to get, a power of attorney, whether it is to look for housing outside of in the home, whether it is to find other supports. Some people are calling up saying, I need to find somebody to cut the lawn for this neighbor. I can't do it either, or I need to get some work done on the house for this person. So it's just making those connections and advocating. Some of them need some government benefits, so I can speak to individuals in regards to how to approach that. Some of them might need to get some renovations done on their homes because of injury. And so we can go through the steps of what the grants are and benefits are that are out there for them to do that. So that's me, and that's what I do. I'm also a caregiver myself for my mother. So my mother has dementia, and I'm the caregiver for my mother, and I take care of her on a day-to-day basis between doing everything else that I'm doing. So that's Arlette.
Very busy.
Very busy, yeah.
And her mom is also beautiful.
Right. My mom's energetic, and I guess when we talk about dementia too, my mom, her short-term memory is not always there, but she has the long-term memory. She can tell you what I wore at a grade 8 graduation in the shoes, and the dress that I had on. She can remember little things like that, but then sometimes she wouldn't remember the everyday today things. Did she eat already? She'll eat a lot if I keep her eating, let her eat. But just to put her meals out and get everything coordinated for her, get her dressed, and her grooming and all that. So it's a big thing, and I think one of the things that I was appreciative to be able to be invited to come on today to talk about it, because one of the things that come up in being a caregiver, especially to a family member, in regards to the time constraints, is with dating and relationships. So I was glad to be invited to be able to come on and have a discussion with you guys today.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, you know, I really I get a good feeling about what it is you do in your role, you know, as an advocate. And I can see that this is definitely an area for growth in our society today. So really kudos for you for starting this organization. And you know, now that I know that this is what you do, I'll definitely keep it in mind as in my daily travels to refer people to you, because I think there's a great need for that. You do, you know. You know, for especially in the event of like you said, if somebody dies and you know, the widow, they need help in terms of applying for benefits, you know, CPP benefits and death benefits through CPP and stuff like that. You know, I think that's a great, and the other things that you do, all the other grants that are available to families, and they're not aware of this, right? They're not aware of all the that are out there.
They're maybe having a sibling or a parent or somebody who is ill, and they have to start thinking about these things, you know, not wait until, you know, they get to a more serious condition. So I think that's what, you know, most people should have in mind and have those discussions with their family, you know, who's going to be the main provider, if there's going to be in home, and how are they going to share duties, who's strong in this and who's strong in that. So those are the things that you have to really consider.
Wow.
Definitely having a plan in place, right?
Yes, plan in place is definitely it. Yeah,
for sure.
That's amazing to know. And I'm pretty sure we'll have you put your info in the chat so that people can reach out to you, because that's a service that a lot of people don't know a lot of things. They don't know a lot of what's out there, especially the resources that's out there in community for their aging parents. So it's a great thing you're doing. And over the last few weeks, of course, we were highlighting people who are doing amazing work in community. And and of course, that's how we wanted to talk to you back then, because I know what you're doing. In coming from a social service background, why not you? You're the perfect person to do this. So I know you will do well. I met Carlette's mom, and she's there. She's 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 so sweet, Erin. She's such a sweet little lady. Oh my goodness.
So my mom's 91 years old, and like I said, you know, just going through her flair for life, you know, singing her hymns in the morning, in the evening. She used to be a lot more active, but she's, you know, forgetting about what it is that she really enjoyed doing and doing those things. So we have to kind of remind her. But she can, you know, make a deal if she's watching any of those shows, the Family Feud. She can tell you those answers sometimes off the bat. And we look at my sister and I sometimes look at each other and it's like, how does she know that? Like, you know, so you know, some things that we don't even think of because she's thinking on a different level of certain things. And then some other times she wouldn't understand. But yeah, it's a, you know, I'm glad to be able to do that for her. You know, after what she's done for us over the years. She was a registered nurse also too. And, you know, so she's been, she's actually been retired for almost going on, I was going to say it's almost going on 30 years now. People don't believe that. You know, Revenue Canada keeps checking, is she still around? Like, you know, is this doing that because she's been retired so long?
That's so funny. Of course,
they keep asking us questions to just make sure, you know. So yeah, it's great.
All right, so let's go into the sweet sauce.
Yes.
And as I was saying to you guys backstage, and we kind of come to the conclusion that we all have a lot to say about this relationship subject. I was taking myself out of the hot seat saying, I don't have a lot to say about this. This is not my thing. But we all come to the conclusion that we all have a lot to say because we all have been in a couple of relationships. And because we're talking about his and her, and I kind of want to make that clear that we're talking about male and female. We're talking about we're talking about marriage or divorce or hookups, relationships, whatever you call them. That's where we're going tonight. And I'm just gonna chart the first. So we, of course, I did say we asked a lot of people some questions, and I get a whole tons of questions back. I said, if you were to talk about relationship, what kind of questions would you want to ask? And woo, did I get some questions? So many. I think a lot of people want to talk about this. They're like, yeah, that's what we want to talk about. So the first one I'm gonna ask, I want to ask Arlette, what are some of the real fears in dating, especially as a mature single, given the fact that we're mature singles?
Right.
Yeah. So could you speak to that? What are some of the real fears that you think that you're having?
Yeah, I mean, you're mature singles, mature adults, we say, and we're going through this part of our life where, we've had a past, we've maybe had previous relationships, and we're moving forward. And, we really have to make sure that, we're actually getting into the relationships that we want to be in. Like, don't waste my time. Like, we don't have the time. So when we're looking for relationships, you want to make those connections. You need to give yourself to make those connections, give yourself the time, but you also want to make sure that, you're making those authentic connections and that you're being honest and you're really, connecting with the people that will understand you and need to do the things that you want to do. So I'm retired now. So, my time is a little different. I'm doing little jobs here and there and, working with my company and working with my mom. So I really have to, be upfront and say, this is my time constraints. This is what I'm doing. And this is what's important to me. And whether or not I can, connect with other people who have like interests and can come on and do the same things. So
excellent. How would you answer that question, Sandra?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear from you. Because I'm married. I can answer that question.
Oh my goodness. So I wasn't supposed to answer any questions here, but some of the real fears in dating at this age are some of the let's be just honest. Some of the real fears you want to know if he's able to come. What is he coming to the table with? Does he have a job? Is there security, especially from a mature person? If you already have your home, you have a job, you're stable, you want to make sure that he's also stable. It's not just for good looks, it's not just for I love you. So those are some real fears. And how do you have those conversations? Like you said, don't waste my time. So sometimes it's hard because sometimes you want to ask that conversation from day one because you don't want to waste your time. Is he available to commit? Is he really available to commit? Because it's one thing to go out, to be going out, to be hanging out, but at this age you need commitment. We need commitment. So is he emotionally available? Is he really available?
That's very important, Sandra. Yeah. Very, very important because, like you said, they may be at this point left a relationship or leaving a relationship or dealing with other things, and it's like, are you available, not just physically, emotionally, spiritually? Right. Those things really have to be discussed. And sometimes people say I'm ready, and they get into it. And get into a relationship, and then they realize, well, I'm not really ready for this, or this in this manner. So in
this manner,
right?
Point, because I tell people try to date me, and I said, you're a good guy, but not for me. You're not a good guy for me. You're a beautiful man, but just not for me, because there are certain things at this age that you're looking for. And come on now, we're not 20, so you can see it. Okay, this brother ain't stable. That, whatever. If a guy tell you that, if he said that I haven't seen my children in 2 years, why? So have you seen your children? Those are your children. So how are you going to be with me? My point. So there's so many fears, as I call them, are red flags. Red flags.
Right.
We are more alert.
Right. And this is not the age to be putting a white flag or a white sheet over the red flags, because people sometimes do that, and it's not the age to do that. It's just like, hey, I'm pumping gas, and put in the gas and look and see all the red flags. Like, is it full? Is it a half tank or what? Like, you need to have a full tank to go the next way,
So that, go ahead, Aaron. You pick me.
I'm hearing something here. I think as a mature single woman, you are dating with an end, with a certain outcome. You're not just dating for the fun of it,
Definitely.
getting to know somebody.
Not for the heck of it. Yes.
You have an outcome in mind.
Definitely.
So
let's be honest.
Where are we going?
Right. Okay. And like I said, Aaron, that could be a whole bunch of different things, right? But you have to be clear.
You have to be clear.
Doesn't that put a lot of pressure on you? Doesn't that put a lot of pressure on yourself? No?
I think kind of. That's why I say it's a fear. So when you meet someone and you're, especially a person asks you for a date and you're having you're just having chill conversations, but you're searching in those answers. You're searching for clues. I know I do that. I'm very analytic, so I'm searching for clues all the time, and maybe that's why I've been single for so many years. So somebody put in the chat, said dating with intentions, because that's how I want to date. What are your intentions for me? I'm too old to have a boyfriend to shock up to. I'm too old for that. Come on, we're talking as mature people, and maybe some mature ladies are okay with that. But I'm speaking for myself right now. I'm not okay with that. So I want to know what your intentions for me are we right? This is where I stand. This is who I am. I'm a woman of God. I want to be married. I don't want you to tell me that I was married before, so I don't know about that, because this is what you hear. So I'm saying that off the top. I want to be married. I know I'm a good woman. I bring something to the table. You don't have to worry. So what are you bringing? What's your story? Let's talk about it, because I don't need to be down the road 1 year and you're saying, well, I don't want to come in.
Right.
That's so much pressure. That's so much pressure.
Why do you think so?
Well, it's true. You have to be clear, because you could have the other way also too, that maybe they don't want to get into a marriage again. You know what I mean? Like, and that's okay. So you have to really have that conversation to find out what it is that person really wants. You may be speaking in the person, you might want to travel. Like, I want to travel now. And you may be having those conversations and the person saying, I've never been out of Canada. I've always just been, I've only gone as far to Nova Scotia. It's a red flag, And I said, do you want to travel? Well, what's the use? Everything's here. We have all the cultures here. We have every diversity here. What's the use of traveling? But I mean, we're talking about this in COVID time, but I'm just saying when it's opened up, I would love to travel, and I'd love to have a nice companion to travel with.
Hi, Pastor. And my pastor's watching. I have to behave. Hi, Pastor. I have to behave, guys. So Aaron, somebody said they agree with you. That's a lot
for the sake of companionship. Of course, I feel it. I feel that pressure. I'm a man sitting here listening to you ladies speaking, and I just feel that's so much pressure on yourself. Like, and I'm not saying that it's wrong the way you're doing it, the way you're approaching. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that, what about dating for the sake of dating? You found somebody, you have things that you enjoy doing. Every now and then you call them, you go, like you want to travel, you want to go somewhere within Canada or outside of Canada. Just a traveling buddy, or a movie buddy, or a in the park buddy, and I'm using those terms. You start off slow, friendship, and just one block at a time, right?
You're politely using those terms. Friends with benefits. What do you want to? Whatever you want to say.
Aaron, we have a Brisbane as grown woman. I want the older woman on here to chime in. We don't need buddies, Aaron. We don't need a top partner. We have girlfriends for that. We don't need that, Aaron. We don't need that.
I've seen this happen to a senior, somebody that's a senior. They met somebody, after a couple of years they're married, and then after a few years they're divorced.
Right.
So you know what I mean? Sure, you can talk to the person day one and find out what their intention is, and if it's in sync with yours, you get together. But then down the road, there's no guarantee that it's going to be happy ever after, right? So I think
there's no guarantee either way, Aaron. But I think it's just being honest and open. Yeah.
Right. I think
you can meet somebody and be happy. You can be happy with them for now, but you can see that down the line that you may not be happy with them because you can see certain things that they don't like or don't want. You can be compatible up to a certain point and then see other things. And I think that's where you have to be honest. Like, that's why I say, don't waste my time, because sometimes there's somebody, the nice person, you're enjoying your time with them. You can go out to eat, you go for walks, you can, go to the art shows, you can do all those things. But then on an intellectual, deep level, that person is not there. And I still want to grow intellectually, spiritually. And if that person's not going to deep dive there, they're not going to do it now. They're kind of telling you that, down the road that it's not going to be something that's sustainable.
So my pastor, who's really smart, she said, we have to hear this. She's preaching right now. She said, date with purpose. It doesn't have to work out, but you both should be dating to find a lifetime partner, not a friend with benefits. You go, my pastor.
Well, I agree. Yes, you both have to be on the same page. You both have to have the same intention and willing to explore to see if those spoken desires are true.
Yes.
Right? Because anybody can come to you and give you all kinds of fluff. Right? All kinds of fluff, and then down the road they realize.
Aaron, don't you think we're talking as mature people? Come on now, we're 50. We're in our 50s. I don't know if you guys want to tell, but we're over 50 here. So don't you think that? I would like to think that most of us, we have gone through enough. We have made enough wrong moves to understand enough to know. We're not saying the person is going to bring us a ring on the second date. We're just saying I think it's better to talk about your desire. You need to talk about it so the person is clear where you are, and you need to be clear where they are, because there's a lot of people our age that don't desire to be married. They're divorced, their children are grown, they don't want to be married again. So but if you were dating that person for 6 months only to find out that I'm not interested in marriage, when that's what you want, so then you become sour, you become bitter, and then you part in not in a good term. Or are you a person doesn't, like a believer, a person doesn't have no interest in going to church, they're not interested in that life, and that's what you do. And you're saying, I don't want to leave my husband at home while I go to church. If that person is not interested to grow, they don't want a higher education, they don't want to learn a trade, they're comfy, they have a menial job that maybe make $15 an hour, they're good with that, and you're working 2 jobs, and you're saying, that's not the guy that I want in my life at this point. Come on now, let's be honest. Because a lot of times we're not honest, and then we get into the relationship, and then we end up in a bitter state, because now I'm so unhappy because here I am. And I'm not saying the guy needs to fulfill your needs. I'm saying that I know me, and the guy, I have to tell him who I am, how I be, how I show up in this relationship. So what I expect, I wouldn't even use the word expect. If he wants to be with me, if we're going to have a partnership, I'm not giving him rules. This is who I am. So are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? Because if he's not, then it's okay. No love lost. And he's not the guy for me. Makes sense?
Right.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, you know what, Sandra, even with this whole COVID and everything, I think a lot of people have gone into a more spiritual kind of connections with people. Like, what is life and what's the importance of life? What is health? What is, having food? What is taking your breath every single day? I think we're moving to more spiritual. And that's why I'm saying to myself also, too, it's a relationship, but it's also a three-way relationship.
Yes.
Like for me, it's got to be, my partner, myself, and God. Like I need to have that kind of connection with somebody 100%. That we're having a three-way, and not to make any, thing turn, but we're having that type of three-way relationship.
I love
and
that.
It's very, very important. Yeah, it's very important to me. It's very important.
Yeah. It's a three-way.
Yes.
And Stephen said it's a lot of pressure, but I know Aaron, you and Stephen say it's a lot of pressure, but can I just chime in a little bit? I think the guy who's ready for you, like Arlette said, the man, I believe there's a person for everybody out there. And that person that is ready is going to be okay with you. Yep. He's going to be okay with you being upfront and honest. He's not going to take that out. Wow, she's pushy. He's going to be really okay with it. He's not going to see you as pressuring him because he's also ready to commit. A lot of times, the men who are not ready, they see it as pressure. So too bad. Stay in the pressure cooker
really,
there.
They see the pressure. Well, you know what?
Pressure. From your point of view, tell us how you would like it to be.
I think I lost my thought. I was going to say something, but regarding the pressure, I think it's we have to be careful because there's some people that have the attachment. They have an attachment hunger. Like he might have the whole package, might have the job, might have the dreams, might have this and that, but he just wants to be with somebody for the sake of being with somebody. And he doesn't have the refinement that goes with, loving, caring, honoring, treasuring that person. Right. So I think that could create an issue, and that could blindside somebody, right? On where the relationship goes and issues that'll come up later on. Right. So, and this is why I think it's good to put everything on the table, but give yourself time to grow, get to know each other. I agree with you, Arlette, about being mature spiritually, being connected with themselves. They know who they are. They're confident within themselves, and they just and the love that they have is just extended to you, to their partner naturally. Without like Sandra said, having the rules, having that structure, written or unwritten structure of what I want, of when I want it, how I want it.
Right, because at this age too, when you're leaving like one relationship, a lot of people tend to get into what I call rebound relationship. Like they don't want, like Aaron says, they're not able to be on their own. They haven't grown to be out by themselves. They need to be attached to somebody else very quickly. And you've got to be careful with that also too. You've got to see, is this a rebound relationship? Have they just come out of relationship? Have they given themselves enough time to really?
Are they ready? I don't think that I laid on rules, but I'm sorry if you look at it that way. Stephen said the pressure.
You made a reference, Andrew. I was just making a reference to what you said about the list.
My list.
Some women may have a list.
But guess what, Aaron? I made a list. I did. Because I believe we believe in vision, and we believe in being intentional. So I can say it for the whole world to hear. I did make a list. Because before I was making lists, I was saying, oh, you need to be a good man, you need to love God, and I left like a 3-word list. And then I would meet a guy, my husband, he, when I met him, the first day he came to church with me, he had the biggest Bible in church, okay? His Bible was really huge, my ex. And I thought he was really godly.
Anyways, I'm gonna say something, but anyways,
his Bible was really big, and I get to understand that. Yeah, it's really not how big your Bible is, but it's really what's in your heart. So nonetheless, I made a list that was very detailed of exactly the individual that I want God to send to my life. Do you know when you ask God for something, He will grant you what you ask for? If you ask and you believe and you trust, He will give it to you. So so I believe in that list, and I don't think it's putting pressure on myself. It's me getting naked and saying, God, for me to be healthy in a relationship, and to these are the things that will make me healthy in that relationship. So, and this is the person that I'm asking you to bring to my life.
Right. And sometimes God will send you something that looks like that list, but it's not the exact list, or it's not what the purpose that He wants for your life on that list. So that's what I'm saying. He'll test you. He'll test you from your vision board.
You will know. You see, when you meet that person that you're praying for, and when you meet the person that you're praying for, you will know.
Yep.
Because God is not the author of confusion. He's not gonna give you a stone when you ask Him for bread. So you will know, but you have to stay prayerful. You have to listen to those deep, I call them deep whispers. You will know. And it has nothing to do with looks or physique or none of that. It's a heart thing. You will know. I believe you will know.
Yeah. And the reason why I mentioned that is because I'm saying it really has to do in regards to, if you're saying to God, use me in regards for your purpose, your vision, sometimes what you have may not be what God's purpose is for your life to move forward. You know what I mean? Because we have the vision boards. I have my vision board there too. I've got some pictures on my vision board, and and it's not like that. It's not like that when you realize, I think right now, we were talking before about 3D and 5D. I'm really looking in regards to somebody who can walk in purpose with me to do something in regards to, making this a better world, making living better, making, community better, making, just day to day, environment better, so it really has to be
You're
in
looking
purpose.
for somebody that aligns with your soul.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you're praying for him, I believe that you will find him. Yep. I believe God is faithful, and you'll find him. I don't know where Aaron went. He's back. Here he is. That was an amazing conversation. So be intentional. I believe in intentionality. I believe that I need to be intentional. I am at the place where I don't need to play games. I'm sorry.
Right. Right. So that comes up to the fact also too. It's just like, who may this person be? What may they look like? What their culture is. Their age. Is it an older or younger person? All those things in regards to being intention and walking in purpose. It may be different than what you thought, but also it may be what you thought, but presented to you differently. So. So yeah.
So I have another question. Can I move on to the next one?
Sure. I wanted to talk about intention. Intention is, if I can I say something?
Yes, of course.
Getting intentional is I think it's critical to having a conscious, aware, relationship. Also, I think healing, dealing with all your past hurts, your past broken relationship, past traumas, and getting clear, on who you are and, what you desire for your life. I think once you get there and you have a greater grasp of what that is, right, Sandra, then you can put it down on the list and
isn't that we talk about all the time?
Meditate on it. Meditate on it.
Right.
And you'll be able to create it and have it manifest, because it is energy, right? Thought is energy. It's a creative energy. And I think as we develop and as we grow and as we deal with issues, internal issues that are affecting us subconsciously, become aware of them, you know, we can filter it out, right? And gain more clarity and understanding, and get stronger in who we are, and be more intentional and direct, you know, our path,
right?
You know, in terms of who we have a relationship with and build with.
Yeah. And don't look for a partner to heal you.
Exactly what I did. And we talk about this, so you know this. That's exactly what I did, and I went into prayer. I fasted. I was intentional about this, because I also know that I don't want to be in my old age and be single. I'm just gonna be honest, and I like truth. I tell truth. I love truth. I just can't do it any other way. I say to God, I don't want to be 65 and single. I really don't. I don't enjoy that.
Stick a pin. Sorry. Am I hearing you correctly? Am I hearing you correctly? Say that again, because remember the words. It's the way we say it.
I said I don't. Okay, Aaron doesn't like the word don't. So I said let's take out the don't. The don't.
Affirmative. State it in the affirmative. The negative.
I am married by 65. So did I say that correctly? Because he's my little mentor in the back, in the scene at the back here. So he teaches me how to. He teaches me how to use my language correctly in that,
how you say it.
To be more intentional. So he's one of the person who inspired me to make my list. So he can say whatever he wants. He's just appeasing. He's just appeasing the guys out there, but he knows.
It depends on the list, right? There's two different lists, right? We know.
Aaron, you know my list. Aaron, you know my list. Don't do this to me. Aaron, you know my list. So I created a list based on being prayerful and being intentional and seeking God before, and literally pray and listen and sit and create that list. So I created, I'm not bent on the list, but I believe that I go back, if we want to go to scripture, I believe that if you ask, you will receive. For those people who don't receive because they don't ask, we know God can bring anything to us, but God wants us to ask. So this is what I did. And because we're talking about relationship, I've done that for many other things. I've done that for my home. I've done that for many things that I desire to have, and God worked it out. So I trust that God. So Mark,
so what are your expectations? Because if you're saying you made this list, there's expectations that you had in dating.
So I made the list, and to be honest, I met someone, and I didn't even go back to my list. Actually, I put it away. I forget about it. It's not something that I go back. I forget about the list. It was there. I know I made it. I talked about. I made it. I put it away, and then I met somebody and been seeing somebody, and amazingly, almost 90% of what's on my list, that's what God gave me the person.
Yep.
Now, am I? Was it the list, or because I asked? I asked God for a certain thing, because remember, I have done the other things. So I know what I didn't want to invite anymore to my space. I kind of knew this happened over experiences, right? What I want to invite to my space. So I'm not telling anybody that I should go my route, but look, I'm not a person that go out, so I don't usually meet people that way. So I ask God to send somebody a certain kind of way. God will do what you ask, eh?
Yes. Yeah.
It's the energy that you send out into the universe. The universe is always listening, and it gives you what you put out, right?
Yes.
And in the manner, right? And the manner in which you put it out. And when we become aware of that, then we get rid of the victim mentality, where things are always happening to us. Yes. Why did I attract this person? Why did this person lie to me? Why did this person, we we have to get out of that mindset and know that we play a role, right? We play a role in the people that come into our lives, you know, and if we've been using it subconsciously, unintentionally, but intentionally, right, a subconscious level, why not flip it around? Yeah, flip it around and be intentional, be aware.
Yeah.
Aware and you know, it's like you're planting a seed. You planted a seed of that desire, and you have rehearsed it often enough that you get to the point where, you know, you don't have to look at the list anymore. It's now become part of you. It's infused into your entire being, and that you just and it just naturally progresses, naturally occurs, without any stress, without any fuss, and you find yourself you find yourself on this path, and there's no resistance. There's no, everything is flowing, and it's just like, wow, what's going on? You know, and when you get to that place, you know, and to be there consistently, I think you've done a great thing for yourself.
Right. And when you get there, your partner should be your peace, your continued peace. It shouldn't be anything else.
An extension.
You know? So, extension of that peace.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Beautiful.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I don't know, maybe very deep. Very deep. And thank you, because you, Aaron, helped me to over the years, like just to say, and I think I wrote about this before, the moment I stopped saying I don't want. I don't want. I stopped saying that, and I changed my conversation to my desire, to what I desire, to say I desire. But Aaron taught me that, so I'll be. Yes, he did. He taught me to say, Sandra, speak about your desire, not what you don't. Yeah. Don't use the word don't. I did, and maybe for 2 years, right? And I started writing this down, and I teach people this, writing it down and repeating it to yourself. Make it your affirmation. Right. Put it everywhere you see it, and then after a while, like Aaron said, you don't even need to look at it because it's in you. Right. It becomes you, and that's what you attract. You attract yourself. Before, I was attracting the I don't. Now I attract my desire.
Right. Your speech becomes the breath of your soul. You know, your speech.
Exactly. Exactly. It's amazing. We want to ask another question. Go.
I heard a great quote today, Sandra. This prana gentleman, man that practiced prana, he said, "You don't teach experience, you live it."
You live experience.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And it's experience that's brought us here. You know, it's coming to the point where we realize that we're broken, and it's our desire, you know, to heal. I'm going to even say that the universe desiring for us to heal, because, you know, I didn't pick myself up when I was down. It was the universe that took me into her womb and nursed me back together, and filling me with information and knowledge and experiences to change my perspective. To change my perspective, right?
I totally agree with that. I see women posting a list of things they don't want, and that is a big turn off. Okay.
Yeah.
So Steve agreed with me in that.
Yeah, but at the base of all of this is the healing, right? It's the base of going within, you know, going within, making peace with yourself, healing, truly healing, getting rid of the ego, getting rid of the socialization, and tear it apart, and rebuilding yourself, and trusting, you know, that this journey that you're on, you're going to get all the answers that you need to get to the life that you desire. Once you know what it is that you desire, because I think early in life we don't have any clue.
We don't know. We don't want. That's why we go through experiences.
Yeah, we think we do, but later on, right, we find out that there's another way. You know, there are other ways.
Right? Yeah.
And we just
thank you, Daniel. Somebody said, what a great conversation. So you guys are doing amazing. I don't know that we have time to kind of do justice to. I have so many questions. So this is really a hot topic. So we're going to have to talk about it until we exhaust every bit of it.
Right.
So, but I want to talk about, Aaron, I want to ask you, what time do you think it's a good time to introduce a love interest to your family and children? When is a good time?
That's a good one. I remember a divorced person gave me some advice when I was going through my divorce when my kids were younger. You know, one of the things he said to me was, don't bring your partner to your kids right away. Right? Especially if you have young kids, because they get attached to, you know, to the partner. If it doesn't work out, the kids are on that emotional roller coaster with you, and it's not a good thing. That's for younger kids, right? When they're older, it could be a different scenario. So it's up to the individual to do an assessment and figure out what's best for them in that particular scenario.
Right.
You want to go for that, Arlette, answer?
Well, I mean, I agree with Aaron, because that's the same way that I approached it. You know, when my kids were a little bit younger, now they're older. Still, you have to really consider what it is that you're doing, like what you're bringing them to meet, you know, your family, for them to understand and know your family, or you're bringing them to introduce you. This is the person I'm in love with, or I have an interest in, and I'm introducing you to them. Or are you bringing to your family to get approval? Because some people need to get the approval of everyone in the family. So it's where you are in your life and what your family dynamics are in regards to how people approach that. So, you know, so.
What's your thoughts, Sandra?
My thoughts. I think a good time is a good time. I don't know that there's a time stamp in it. I guess as you're going out with a person and you feel safe with the person, I think you should talk to your children first before they meet the person. Tell them that you're seeing somebody which you'd like, this person that you would like them to meet. And because they know when they meet the person, you're serious. Because if you're not serious with the person, then I don't think you should. Your kids should be meeting them on that level, or a family. The biggie is the kids. Is the kids. I mean, your extended family or your immediate family, yes. It may be a little bit of pressure because they may pick the person apart. Your extended family, maybe you don't really care so much, but but it's kind of like I would say, like your friends, if they're pretty new, no, not at all. But when you're sure, then yes. And you know, I have a girlfriend say to me years ago, she said, Sandra, so what? Because I was really nervous about, to be honest, about dating and all that. And I would kind of do it because I don't want anybody to know, because what if it doesn't work out? And I have a girlfriend say to me, so Sandra, what if it lasts 6 months and it was great? What if it lasts 2 years and it was bliss? What if it lasts 20 years and it was darn miserable?
It's true.
because those things happen, right? So he was trying to tell me, don't be so hard on yourself. Enjoy it. You may find 6 months on the road that we're not aligning. This is not the person for me. And I believe, as much as we don't want it to happen, I think it's safe to part than to be desperate and stay.
Right.
And you really don't know a person until you travel with them. I'm going to put that in there about travel, okay?
Travel with them.
No, I'm going to tell you. You really find out things about people when you travel with them.
Yeah.
Outside of their regular comfort zone, it really shows you who they are. It really does.
So you got to travel with them.
Yes.
You gotta go
or go camping.
That's right.
You gotta go camping. Go camping. Aaron, you're so bad.
Well, there's a story about that. You know, I went to a camp in grade 8, bunch of guys, right? We were all but a group of us hung out together in grade 8. We went camping. The last week of the whole session, the teacher had us all stand up And he asked us a few questions. And one of the questions he asked us to step forward if it was a positive question, with a positive question. One of the questions asked, if you would go camping again with the same group of people that you were with, step forward. My group, we all step backward.
Yeah.
So you enjoy it.
They didn't enjoy it.
Each other.
They didn't enjoy it. We didn't enjoy it.
No?
No. We were snorers and we were just, kept people up at night. We didn't have a good experience. Yeah. So I agree with you, Arlette.
Travel.
Travel, but I mean, do some things out of your comfort zone, because somewhere along the line, you're going to be out of a comfort zone and you're going to have to see how you interact. Is it panic? Is it support of each other? Right. Is it, alienation? Is it a fight or, or stay, like fright, so you really got to really understand. I'm not really meaning travel far away. I'm just saying, travel out of the zone that you met them in initially, and do something different and find out how they interact.
You're right. I think
your guard down.
Will show. Yeah. Oh my God, it's such an amazing conversation. Like I think it's really good. And you guys made so many amazing points. I'm looking at some people that we want to say shout out to some people who are watching. First, Miss Doreen, I think she's still in Jamaica. Hi to Morgan, of course. Hi, Stephen. Segun is watching. Daniel, of course. My pastor had chimed in. We thank my pastor for she chimed in and chimed out. But I'm happy she chimed in, and she made her point, and then she left. So thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. We can't have the show without you. And we ask you, I usually don't do this, but we ask you to share the show, the conversation with your friends, and like and share. What do they say? They say press the like button and share. I'm so not good at this, but but like and share, please help us share the live. Share the live. Yeah. We appreciate you guys, and guys, we have so many questions. We kind of was able to only touch on 2, but we're kind of out of time.
Yes.
So we are we're gonna come back. And I don't know if Aaron is up to coming back next Friday for us to talk about this some more and ask some more. I'm putting Aaron in the hot seat. we usually meet every other week because we're busy people. But if Aaron is up to it, we could come back next week, and because Aaron, we have so many. I have over 40 questions, almost 40, I think. I'm not on this list. I wake up this morning to that woman whoa, and men too, So it's a lot of questions, and we would love to go over the questions, and give some. Making that be a disservice to the people who want the answers. So we will definitely be, and if anybody out there want to be on our show, anybody know any relationship guru, because we're just talking.
Right.
Anybody know any relationship guru that we can bring on the show, let us know. We need your help. That's why we do this. We're a community. We can't do this without you. So please, we need your help. Send some names to me. You got my number.
Right.
You got me on Facebook. Send me some names, okay? All right. So our host at the back is sending me a little.
Yes.
So we're gonna say we're gonna thank you guys again for watching. Aaron, you want to say the last word?
Thank you everyone for watching. This is I want to thank Arlette for your wisdom, your experience, and the champion for what it is you're doing in terms of the advocacy. I think it's a great venture and a needed resource in the community. So all the best to you, and we'll be looking out for you.
Thank you
as you do your advocacy.
Yes.
Thanks again for joining us. And last words, healing. It's so important for us to get connected with ourselves. We're all under this lockdown right around the world. I think it's a time for us to strengthen our sense of self and who we are, and know that we're greater than flesh and bones, and we can overcome whatever is going on in this world, whatever scheme or plan that's out there. We can overcome it because we're spiritual and we live beyond the flesh.
Beyond the flesh.
That's
Amen.
right.
Amen.
Yes.
All right, give the last word.
Well, I'm all about love, and I'm all about, freedom, and I'm all about authentic self. And so I'm just going to say, just be who you are. Let your soul speak through you to other people, and you will be around like souls. You'll find like souls and be around and energize and glow. You'll glow. You'll glow, when you're around the right people.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna say, make a list, single ladies. Make a list.
Make two lists.
Make a list.
All right.
Be intentional and make a list, single ladies.
Yes.
That's my last word. Good night, everybody.
All right, guys. Great conversation.
All right.
Good talking to you guys. All right.
Take care.
Take
Bye-bye,
care.
Good
guys.
night.
Byond exists to define purpose through holistic mentoring. At Byond, we will assist you to achieve success, enjoy inner peace, and live your best life. Basically, we're here to inspire you to heal and transform. Byond umbrella consists of Byond Talk, Byond Virtual Learning Space, Byond Coaching and Mentoring Services, and Byond Online Shop. For more information, visit us at www.sandraturgott.com or contact us at byondonline@gmail.com.
Dak TV.